Well, when I first started making these videos of the strongest players, the gang jumped on me and started saying, what about Alchy? So today we're going to go through a couple of them here, and I figure I would go show mommy on this, but it just made more sense to go and show G19. Now last I checked, G19 had quit the game, hasn't played in a while, but their account is still pretty freaking impressive. So you can see here, no donations on them, G19 at 7.28 billion, meaning that if they kept on playing, they'd be just up there with the other ones, probably even stronger. Now you can clearly see here the time that they stopped playing because there's not a single arcana on any of the gear, and they're still using the Nomad bolt, which was pretty freaking strong. I absolutely love this weapon. It was a great way to go. But still, even with that, everything's maxed out at a Mythic +4. Now, Dragon Breath armor, you can see the rings there, the Sky Flame and the Dragon Ball ring. Surprised though with the Sky Flame, they didn't have a sharp Rogon, possibly didn't know about how broken it was with the combination of the two. And of course, as you can see, double Bloody Grail, which a lot of players were doing around that time. But when it comes to the pets, you can see they are running an Elsa, a Freya, and a Slime King. That Elsa is sitting at level 47. Now we can't actually tell what the Arcana level that they have on these is, but you can see as far as the skills that they got in their build, a lot of global HP, a lot of global attack. There was some damage reduction in there. They really don't have a lot of skill damage reduction or basic damage reduction. I think we're only at like 80 or 114 for them. So 114 on the basic, 89 on the skill damage, and even their damage reduction itself, 16.5. But somehow they still managed to get to chapter 157. And Slime King there, you can see more global attack, more global HP. So a lot of the build around there in the early game, or that's what we were going for before we really started focusing on the skill and the basic damage reduction. But looking at the actual heroes in it, you can see my boy right there, Bone King. We are so close to getting this thing. Pretty much just waiting for the update to pop to see how we're going to rework the books, and then I'm going to be having this thing. Got a Knight of the End in there, and we also have the Spike Clubbed. We got the Undead Swordsman, basic attack damage, and then the Guardian for a shield, and then clearly the Wild Vulture to get that extra combo. But with how early this is why I really wanted to show you guys this is pretty impressive for the actual mounts. Yeah, 2 on Diego, nothing crazy, but 5 on Luminous Dragon, which was pretty much the OP one to get when we first started off. 5 stars on the Sphinx, but you can see the artifacts down there, Demon Eye, Spear of Thor, the Demon Sword, all really working their way. It's like they just said, hey, I'm gonna start the first one, get it all the way up to 5 stars, and then move on to the next one. But this was a pretty impressive account. Dogzilla was one that would show a lot of footage of this here, and you could clearly see why. But now it's time for you to sit down, because if you're an Alchy fanboy, we're gonna go into it right now. And these are everybody that's in the Guild 1. This is kind of a pretty big, powerful one here. And Alchy right there sitting at 11.42 billion. But as we suspected, no surprise on this one, a Sky Splitter build. Has the Arcana on just about every S grade that's in there except for the Dragon Ball, but Dragon Breath, Dragon Ball, and then the Judgment Ring, which really works hand in hand with those sword cheese. Everything at +4, everything at level 100, wondering why they're using that Icy Bubble if they're pushing right now. Chapter 186 that they're on, they're crazy. Honestly, didn't even know it went up that high, but this is a pretty impressive account. Still, with how everything is this, G19's still beating them on that Elsa, but still, level 41, pretty impressive on it, and you can see a lot of theirs. There's the basic attack reduction, the skill damage reduction, and moving over to Freya there, some global HP, some mutation, basic attack reduction, and Slime King, a whole bunch of the other stats. So, and this is what I'm trying to work my way to doing here, as far as having one of my pets solely focused around skill damage reduction, the second pet being focused around basic damage reduction, and then that third one I'm able to go and boost up for global HP, global attack, if I'm pushing chapters, and if it's going to be a pet that I need for, say, Arena, I can then go and get a whole bunch of pet damage reductions and mutations and everything else. That's the goal. Not happening yet. I'm still on build level 6, so I have a long way before we even see some SSS Arcanas. But moving down to the Adventurers, already a 5-star Dragon Girl, level 66, and they are kind of spreading a little bit into the Panda there. Surprised they're not going for the all-hero bonuses, but looks like they're really focusing on trying to max this thing out. And I think by now everybody knows that Alchy loves his ghost there, so you see it right there, the Ghost Princess sitting at an S grade at Mythic +2, along with every other legacy hero in there. We've got the Knight of the End, we got some sword chi, we got some crit damage, some shield, and then once again, that extra combo hit. And then looking at the mounts and artifacts, pretty straightforward there. We're using the Heaven's Mark, we got Diego, not the amount of star levels that are on there for G19. Like I said, don't want to take away from Alchy here, it just was so amazing to see how much they had actually invested in the game, and it's a shame that G19 is not playing more. But Alchy, pretty freaking strong here, 11.42 billion, that's absolutely nuts, and that's a strong player in the game. Which, by the way, when I was looking through today, I saw Vian Dong sitting at 12.99 billion. If you want to see those ones and those strongest players, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.